Hello. So this recording is a review of what a statement of cash flows is and what is the difference between a direct and indirect method. Um, so basically, the statement of cash flows, it's a financial statement where you can see information about the cash receipts and cash payments that happened for a certain period of time. Okay, so we have cash inflows and cash outflows. And also, naitulo ka klase nga activities that are sources of cash flows. Operating, investing, and financing activities. Operating activities, these are cash inflows and outflows from the daily operation of the business. So meaning from daily sales transaction, etc. Okay? Cash flows from investing activities, isa lang ang inyong hunahunahon ani. Investing, these are cash flows related to purchase or sale of non-current assets of the company. Purchase or sale of non-current assets of the company. Mo lang na ang investing activities. Cash flow from financing activities, um, these are activities na um, related to non-current liabilities and owner's equity. Okay? For example, nag-loan si company og cash, okay, to finance the business, or nag-invest si owner og cash, okay, to finance the business. So again, pag operating activities, any cash flows related to revenue and income, creating revenue and income. Investing activities, cash flows related to purchase or sale of non-current assets. Financing activities, cash flows related to um, non-current liabilities and owner's equity. Okay? Para mas klaro ang difference aning tulo ka activities. So, ang format is of course merong heading, and then may section for cash flow from operating activities, then na ay section for investing activities, cash flow from financing activities, and then sa baba is makita nimo ang changes sa cash. Pila ang net increase or decrease in cash, pila ang cash balance at the beginning, pila dapat ang cash balance or pila ang cash balance at the end of the period. So kaning cash balance at the end of the period, mo ni ang cash nga i-report didto sa balance sheet na cash. Okay? Kani siya. Muna siya ang i-report sa balance sheet. Oops. Okay, going back. So, unsay difference sa direct ug indirect method? Direct method is the longer version sa statement of cash flows because isa-isahon gyud nimo ang katong mga activities where you received cash and activities where you paid in cash. Okay? So, for example, cash received from customers, cash paid to employees, cash paid to purchase supplies, so isa-isahon gyud na. The only difference between sa direct and indirect method is that si indirect method, ang style niya is mura nimo siya gina-work back. So mag-start ka sa net income, and then i-add nimo tong mga non-cash transactions na gideduct gikan sa revenue. Okay? Explain ako na later in detail um, pag ma-discuss na ang problem. Okay, so adto ta sa direct method. So ang problem is si Daniel Spa and Salon, mo ni iyahang statement of financial position and statement of income as of March 31, 2016. No other information aside sa na siya initial invest mo niyang initial investment, na siya additional investment, and na siya drawing. So, I just assumed na in the beginning, all balances are zero. Okay? Since wala laing information na gihatag, let's assume, I assumed to answer this problem, I assumed na there are zero balances in the beginning of the period. And also, wala gingon kung kano sa nag-start ang period. Is it January 1? Is this a quarterly report? Or is this for the year, for the whole year from April 1, 2016 to March 31, 2016? So, wala may gihatag na information, so I just assumed na zero ang balances in the beginning of the period. So, using direct method, ang cash flow nato from operating activities is cash received from customers, 450,000. Asa ni siya gikan? Sa service revenues. Giyon sa nako giyon sa pagkabalo nga kani siya is puro cash. Because if you look at the statement of financial position, wala man tay accounts receivable. So meaning, tanan natong sales, tanang revenue was paid by the customers in cash. So cash received from customers, 450,000. Next, so isa-isa na to ni. Salaries and wages, 135,000. Okay, so nganong dili man siya, oops, sorry. Nganong dili man siya 135,000? Because if you look at the statement of financial position, natay salaries payable na 15,000. In short, we incurred salaries and wages worth 135,000, but we only paid 120,000 kay naa pa man tay payable, napatay bayro nun na 15,000. Okay? Next, supplies expense, 45,000. Nanong diri 50,000? So natay supplies expense na 45,000, pero napatay supplies nga nabilin sa asset na 15,500. So meaning, ang total na ato ang gi-purchase is 60,000. Ay, sorry for the bad handwriting. Ang total na atong gi-purchase, okay, ang total supplies na gi-purchase is 60,500. So, again, nganong 50,000 lang? Because if you look at the liabilities, natay accounts payable na 10,500. Nganong, yun sa nato pagkabalo, na kaning si accounts payable is related to the supplies uh, purchase. I just assumed. Nag-assume ako, okay. Because normally, um, accounts payable are related to purchases of supplies and kuan. Well, dili man ni siya ano manufacturing. So, accounts payable is normally related to supply. So, kato siya is also part of the assumption. So, in short, ang total supplies na ato ang gi-purchase, okay, for the period is 45,000 plus 15,500, that is 60,500. Pero, ato ang gibayaran lang og cash is uh, giutang nato ang 10,500, so atong gibayaran lang og cash is 50,000 pesos. Okay? Maunang natay cash paid to purchase supplies, 50,000. Okay. So, okay na ni. Okay na ni. Okay na ni. Rent, excuse me. Rent expense, 60,000. Pero, atong gibutang diri 100,000. Nga naman. 60,000 plus na atay prepaid rent na 40,000. In short, kay tungod accrual, ang atong kuan sa accounting, ginagamit sa accounting, ang ato ang gina-report lang na expense is katong na incur gyud nato for the period, regardless kung nabayaran or wala. So since natay rent expense na incur for the period 60,000. Naputay prepaid rent na 40,000. In short, ang total gyud nato nga gibayaran for the rent is 60 plus 40, 100. So mo nang 100 na siya dira. Okay. Next, light and water. So para sa light and water ug telephone expense, giisa na lang nako na sa cash paid for utilities. Kay utilities man ni silang duha no. Wala may mga asset na related to utilities. So we can assume na both of these are paid in cash. Okay, next, depreciation. Kung tanaw nimo sa operating activities, walay depreciation because this is a non-cash na expense. So dili nato na siya i-add sa statement of cash flows. Next, taxes and licenses, 21,300, 21,300. Wala may taxes and licenses there is a statement of financial position, so it's safe to say na this one is paid in cash. Same with insurance expense, paid in cash, since wala tay item sa balance sheet na related sa insurance. Okay. Next is cash flow from investing activities. As mentioned earlier, when we say investing activities, mo nitong mga transactions involving or cash flows involving non-current assets. So, nag-assume man ta nga zero ang balances at the beginning of the period. So, gi-assume po nato nga with this period lang gipalit si office equipment ug si furniture. Okay? Next. So sa cash flow from financing activities, mo ni siyang mga cash flow related sa non-current liabilities ug owner's equity. So that's why Naa diri ang proceeds gikan sa initial investment, check, initial investment, proceeds gikan sa additional investment, that's an inflow, that's a plus. Drawings by the owner, katong mga gi-withdraw sa owner nga kwarta, 35,000. So which brings us to the net cash flow of 410,180. Okay, so net cash flow from operating activities plus investing activities plus financing activities mo na ang net increase in cash. And since nag-assume man ta nga in the beginning zero tanang balances, so cash balance in the beginning is zero. Para makuha na to ang cash balance end, net increase in cash plus cash balance beginning mo na ang cash balance end, which should be equal to the cash nga gi-report sa balance sheet. Okay, so balance na ta for paan? For this kanang statement of cash flow. Okay, so adto ta sa indirect. Okay, sa indirect, 'di ba ang indirect method is i-work back nato, magsugod ta sa net income. Mo ni siya ang actually ang mas dali nga method kay kanang again work back man siya. So magsugod ta sa net income. Net income for the period 116,80. Okay, so 116,180. Tapos i-add back nato katong mga non-cash nga transactions. So unsa may mga non-cash diri? Isa lang, depreciation expense. So i-add nato balik ang depreciation expense. Tapos since wala na ilain, adto na punta sa statement of financial position. Any increase sa assets, okay? Any increase sa assets is a deduction to cash. Okay? Any increase in liabilities is an add back. Okay? Add nato balik. Nga naman, pag nag-increase atong asset, okay? Meaning nagpagawas ta og kwarta. Pag nag-increase atong liabilities, meaning wala ta nagbayad. Okay? So ana lang na siya. Si supplies nag-increase og 15,500. Kaya again, nag-assume man ta nga zero ang balances in the beginning. So from 0 to 15,500, maong nag-increase siya by 15,500. So i-minus nato na og balik because that is an outflow of cash. Nagbayad tag cash to purchase supplies. Prepaid rent. Prepaid meaning bayad na ni siya. Okay? So i-minus nato kay cash outflow na siya. Next, ang tanaw lang nato aniha kay current assets o current liabilities para sa operating activities. Next, from 0 to 10,500, so nag-increase si accounts payable og 10,500. I-add nato nagbalik. Diba? Kaya natay bayro nun, meaning wala pa nato napagawas ang kwarta. Same with salaries payable from 0 to 15,000. So nag-increase siya og 15,000, add og balik. Okay. So which brings us to net cash flow provided by operating activities 110,220, which is same lang same lang using direct method. Okay? Same lang ang net cash flow nga atong nakuha. Cash flow from investing activities, same lang gihapon. Ang atong tan-awon is the increase sa non-current assets. So nag-increase og 145 ang office equipment, nag-increase uh, og 95,400 ang furniture. Nagpalit ta. So outflow na siya, minus minus. Okay, nya katong correction nato ganina, 395,180 ni siya dapat. Yan, zero ang beginning balance. And then same lang pod sa financing activities. So naka-receive ang business og initial investment gikan sa owner, tapos nag-additional investment, so i-add na siya sa cash received na siya. And then drawings na 35,000, so minus na siya. Okay? So adding net cash flow provided by operating activities, investing and financing, same ra gihapon dapat ang net increase in cash using indirect method. Net increase in cash plus cash balance beginning. Ang atong cash balance ending is 280,000, which should be again the same as katong cash nag-report there is a statement of financial position. So whether ang gamit na method is direct or indirect, dapat same lang og um, cash balance end na makuha. Okay, kung nakay questions, feel free to chat.